And for our next song, we do have Your Love Will Set You Free by Caribou, the C2 remix. Rock, you chose this song, and it represents your love for the Bespoke Collective. In my experience in the New York City nightlife, and I think a lot of us here kind of had this experience of like being part of families. And at first I felt like I became part of the Sleepy Boot Basic family. And that's where I really met you guys. And then the Bespoke family. And it's really it's something very, very special that you guys have created in the city. So tell me about the ethos of Bespoke. Tell me about all the different artists that you've brought into the family. And tell me about the future of Bespoke.
So yeah, for me, it's not just like a business; it's my life.
Sure.
So my closest friends are the artists that I work with, and that's really important to me because I can't work with somebody that I don't like. No matter how popular they are, how famous they are, how much money they could potentially make. That's not the point. I think I feel really happy to be able to intertwine work, art, and life all within one. It's just an ethos that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so not only are these artists extremely talented, but they're also amazing human beings.
Absolutely.
And I love them all. And that's how it kind of developed. Really slowly over the years. It's not like we kept adding artists to the group. We call them residents, and some of them I help with bookings. Some of them I manage as well. Others, like Wild Dark, have taken off. They have their own booking agent, but I'm still their manager. Christian Volstad is my partner now.
I do believe we have some pictures of these different artists, so keep talking. They'll probably pop up here on the wall.
Yeah, and it for me the idea is that I'm investing my life into this art form, and it's really important to feel connected to these people as well. The future, what it holds. Christian and I are working on the record label, and we've lined up a first release that'll be a retrospective of all the artists that we worked with in the past, and we have a record from And Him, Powell, a couple of other. Christian has his first record ever that's going to be coming out on the release, and then following that, we're going to relink with our old friends Bedouin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just had a picture of you and Rami up there.
Yeah. They're gonna have the first EP on the label, so that's really exciting, and it's a natural progression of what we've done. And when Rami and I started the brand together, Rami from Bedouin, we thought we always wanted to create a record label, but we realized that starting out from scratch and like with nothing to our name, starting to release music would just flow into the ether and it would never get heard. So we realized that developing like a consistent sound with events, podcasts would be the key to developing a fan base before actually releasing music. So
I read something that you had said that Rami was your partner when you began Bespoke.
Right.
And then when Bedouin blew up, he just became international touring DJ.
Yeah.
But he's still your spiritual partner.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Talk about that.
We had a conversation when they started to break out that he couldn't be involved day to day, and he's very apologetic, and I looked at him and I was like, what are you talking about? These are the dreams that we were talking about years ago. Of course, I was like, fly little bird, fly. I knew that we'd work together in the future, and we have many times when I worked at Mix Mag. At the time, the only live streams they had done were for Mix Mag because they weren't like super intent on releasing a ton of that stuff. And it was a very natural progression, and I couldn't be more proud. I see him every couple times a year, and he's humble still, and like very, very appreciative and filled with gratitude that these very dreams that we talked about 10 years ago are like just are being exceeded.
Yeah, it is incredible.
It's wonderful to see.
Their success is just amazing. I'm so happy for those guys. I've talked to Jim about this many times over the years about all the DJs and everyone we've known that has been involved in the electronic music scene and the different levels of success that people have reached. But Rami and Bedouin, his partner, what's his partner in Bedouin's name?
Tamer.
Tamer. like they just exploded onto the international scene, and it's just like finally.
Yeah, and actually, a lot of people have asked me, like Mix Mag editor asked me a couple of years ago, like how is this possible? These guys, he was like, literally, they blew up faster than any other artist in the history of electronic music, and I was like, I don't know if that's true, but
yeah,
he's like, what's the key? And I had a very quick answer. You know, they're extremely talented, but that, you know, talent is maybe 50% of the equation. They're just extremely kind people, and they're loved
and dedicated, right?
Yeah, very.
Didn't Rami had a job in pharmaceuticals, right? Something along those lines?
Yeah, he worked in media at Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah, and he left his job to pursue his passion.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, so yeah, they succeeded because other people that are, you know, higher up in the spectrum, they see talent and, you know, somebody that's like filled with gratitude and humble, and they, you know, they're keen to help out, to elevate them, and that's the key to anything you do. You know, you're not an island. You know, you have to, like, you know, people have to actually like you.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you see for the future of Bespoke?
You know, the record label continuing to do events, and you know, my biggest passion is you know, supporting artists. You know, like I realized a couple of years ago that as long as I focus my life and career around either creating art or supporting others that do, then that nexus is what makes me truly happy.